Hi everyone, welcome to Bruhan Mumbai Municipal Corporation's Virtual Training Center, and I am Mrs. Nehal Kodambe, your English teacher from VTC. Let's begin with today's session. Hello children, welcome to today's session. See my dear children, you have started learning English since standard first, right? When you were in standard first, you have started learning English. In standard first, you have listened lot of prose poems in English. Gradually, you develop or you learn this different aspect of this language. Then we have started learning about grammar and all. So, as you know, whenever you have started framing your own sentence, so teacher have taught you the different parts of that sentence or how the sentence pattern should be. So as we all know, the basic sentence pattern is SVO, subject plus verb plus object. Then gradually we learn that verb plays its important role in a sentence. Unless and until we add verb in that sentence, the sentence is incomplete. So we got to know the importance of the verb. And then in this standard, in 9th standard, we have learned different forms of verb. We have learned about finite verb. In today's session, we will continue with that. But there is something new for that. What's that? Let's see. So this is the second part of verb forms. We will begin with reading of some sentences. Read those sentences very carefully. Here I have bought very simple sentences for you. So it will be easier for you to understand that. I want to get good grade in my English class. This is everyone's wish. Am I right? I want to get good grade in my English class. Now, one more sentence. Mom told her to go to bed. Mom told her to go to bed. She is studying late nights and so mom told her to go to bed. Now here these are two simple sentences. Now you will think why this sentence and what we have to learn from these sentences. Okay. So now look here. I have underlined the verb from sentence number 1. I want to get. I want to get. To get. To get. Okay. And in second sentence, what will I underline? Any guess? Yes, you're right. To go. So, dear children, please note here. This sentence is from which tense? Now you have understood that. Okay. So, here we are adding to with some verbs. I want to get good grade in my English class. That he wished. Okay. Or mom told her to go to bed. This is one action. Now, why this? What about this verb? Or why we are adding to? Gradually, you will get the answers of all these questions. That's what we are learning today. Now, there is one more sentence. He is learning to spell correctly. Now, which word shall I underline? Yes, you're right. You know that. To spell, to get, to go, to spell. He is learning to spell correctly. Okay. Now, what we are supposed to learn from these sentences? See here, now I'll write it. The infinitive is the basic form of the verb. Now exactly you will understand what we are learning in today's session. Remember those three sentences very well carefully so that we will relate with the rules about infinitive verb. Okay, or infinitive form. The infinitive is the basic form of the verb. Basic. to go, to play, to get, to spell. So these are basic form. So just now we have read some sentences and we have seen what is an infinitive verb. Now let's learn more about it. Sometimes the form of a verb in a sentence names the action but, now note it very carefully, but does not change according to tense, number or person. See children, this is very important. Sometimes the form of a verb in a sentence names the action but does not change according to tense, number or person. Even if you change its tense, past to future, future present to past, it does not change the basic form of that verb. Or if you go from singular to plural, that is you change number, it doesn't change. Or if you go from first person to second or second to third person, it doesn't change, it remains as it is. For example, we will take that previous example. He is trying to spell correctly. He is, now it is present tense. If you convert into past, he was trying to spell correctly, to spell as it is. Okay, now here we will change the number. He is singular. If we will try in this way, they are trying to spell correctly. Even if you go from singular to plural, to spell verb remains same. Or if you change its person, now he is third person, we will move to the first person. I am trying to spell correctly. To spell, it is as it is. So sometimes the form of a verb in a sentence names the action but does not change according to tense, number or person. Even if you change its tense, you change its number or you change its person, the basic form of that word remains as it is. Okay, this is very important, and such a form is known as a non-finite form or an infinitive. Okay, what it is known as? Non-finite form. Previously we have seen finite verb form, and today's session we will learn more about infinitive or non-finite form. We will take one example here. An infinitive is used with or without to. Okay, for example, how did people first begin to drink tea? Now here we have used to with the verb. To spell, to drink. Her mother asked to go to bed too. So sometimes we use it with to, sometimes without to. How's that? We will see. See, when we use the word to before a verb in a sentence, we are using the infinitive verb form. So in short, you can say, or you can write in this way also. Note, this is very important. When we use the word to before a verb, to get, to go, to play, okay, to spell. So here in all these cases we have used the word to before a verb, and in that case we are using the infinitive verb form. Now you must have understood what is an infinitive verb form, but still we have to learn much more. See here, I'll show you some examples. To do. I have to do a lot of work. She has to do a lot of work. They have to do a lot of work. Okay, to. To see. To work, to see, to do. Here we are using the word to before a verb. They are going to see a movie. We are going to see the Taj Mahal. Okay, to see, to work, to do. So all these are infinitive verb form. We will see some more. To go. I have to go to school. I have to go to market. I have to go to office. She has to go to school. They have to go to school. Okay. We have changed the number. We have changed the person. We have changed the tense. So in this way, Whenever you use to before any verb, it is known as infinitive form of that verb. To put, to go, to see, to do, to work. So all these, whenever you will read a verb form with to, you can notice this is an infinitive verb form. Infinitive can't be used with past tense or continuous forms. See, this is very important rule. I'm going to introduce many rules about these infinitive verb forms, how and when to use it. So, infinitive can't be used with past tense or continuous forms. To went. Now, you can. We have seen that it doesn't change whether you change it tense or whether you change it person or whether you change its number. But you cannot use it with past tense or continuous form. To here, to. Okay. You can't say he has to went to market. He has to go to market. You can say in that way. But he has to went to market. We can't use in that way, or we don't use it. Whenever you read or you write in that way, you get some mistakes. Okay. Really, you can realize at that moment that I have committed some mistake over here, or we are not using it with continuous form also. To going, no, to go. So in infinitives you can't use to with past tense or continuous forms. Got it clear? Verbs such as need and want often use the infinitive. See here, verbs such as need and want often use the infinitive. How's that? See here, we will take some question answers pattern. What do you want to do today? What do you want to do today? Want. Okay. Answer. I want to go to the park. I want to go to the park. See, in both question and answer, we have used the infinitive form. What do you want to do today? What do you wanted to do yesterday? Okay. Even if you change its tense or its person, it will remain the same. We will take one more example. Is there something you need to get at the store? Is there something you need to get at the store? To, need to. Okay? Need. Is there something you need to get at the store? How you will answer this question? Yes, I need to get some milk. Yes, I need to get, to go. So here, in this case, as we have learned earlier, we use to with some verb forms, and that is infinitive. And whether I'll repeat it again and again, that whether you change it tense, whether you change it person, whether you change it number, it remains as it is. We will see some pictorial examples and read new rules about it. I like to listen to the radio. Look at the first sentence. I like to listen to the radio. Listen to listen. I like to listen to the radio. Here infinitive are often used after the verb like. Note it down, my dear children. Very important next rule. Infinitive are often used after the verb like. We have learned about need. We have learned about want. Here the next verb is like. So here you can see infinitive are often used after the verb like. I like to listen to the radio. Okay? Or one more example. He likes to eat popcorn when he goes to see a movie. See here, we have used two verb forms here to understand this better. He likes to eat popcorn when he goes to see a movie. So, infinitives are often used after the verb like. He likes to eat popcorn when he goes to see a movie. Then The next thing, one more pictorial. I'll show you two more pictorial examples. Now you can see here, read the sentence along with this picture. He went downstairs to get some coffee. He went downstairs to get some coffee. Here, the infinitive is used to explain why someone does something. Okay, so here we are learning that how and when infinitive forms are used. So this is the next thing we are learning. Very interesting about the infinitive form, that it is used to explain why someone does something. In such cases, you can use the infinitive verb form. He went downstairs to get some coffee. He went market to get some vegetables. Okay. So in this way, whenever you want to explain why someone is doing something, I study very hard to get good scores in my exam. So here you are explaining why you are studying very hard. Okay, is that clear? Then next you can see here, see, look at the picture, and now we will explain what that person is doing. He plays guitar in order to relax. Why does he play guitar? Because he want to get relaxation. So here you can frame sentence in this way. He plays guitar in order to relax. To relax. He plays guitar in order to relax. So here it is explained why he is playing the guitar. Okay. In order is similar to because. He plays guitar because he want to get relaxed, as I said in my earlier sentence. And it introduces an explanation. So here we have learned the next rule. The infinitive is used to explain why someone does something. So whenever, if in exam or in your exercise or in your workshop, if that question arises that underlying the infinitive verb, then here you can find out whether it explains anything, or whatever things we are learning, whatever rules we are learning here, you watch this video, you rewatch this video, you pause where there are rules, you note it down in your notebooks, and you can practice many more sentences with these rules. Moving further, we will see some more examples. I want a sandwich. Now here see, different sentence. I want a sandwich. Now here see, can you notice the difference between two sentences? I want to eat a sandwich. Now here we have used the infinitive verb form to eat. I want to eat a sandwich. Why I want a sandwich? To eat. So here explanation. I want to eat a sandwich. What do you want? I want to eat a sandwich. In different way you can say, then I need information. Why do I need the information? I need to get information. I need to get, to it, to get. Now you people will notice how the sentence changes when infinitive form is used in those particular sentences. I want a sandwich. I want to eat a sandwich. I need information. I need to get information. Is that clear? Now we will learn about it. Infinitive often explain why a person does something. Okay, this is the rule we have framed after learning so many examples. Infinitives often explain why a person does something: to get, to know, to get relaxation, to relax. He needs a coffee to feel fresh. Okay, he went to market to get some vegetables. So in this way, infinitives forms often explain why a person does something. Now we will read some sentences. Now till yet we have learned what is an infinitive verb form and how it is used in the sentences, what role it plays in the sentences. Now we will see these form with some different things. What is that? We will learn, but before learning we will read these sentences. My son lives in London. She plays basketball. Now you look at the tense of this sentence. He goes to football every day. He loves to play basketball. Does he go to school? It usually rains every day here. It smells very delicious in the kitchen. George brushes her teeth twice a day. Now what is this? He gets up early every day. So after reading this sentence, what have you noticed? So all these sentences are from simple present tense. So now you must have got an idea what we are going to learn after this. So we will take one sentence from those examples. He plays football. She sings a song. It usually rains every day here. We have taken some examples from the sentences which we read just now. He plays football. She sings a song. It usually rains every day here. So as we know that all these sentences are from simple present tense. Now see why it is from simple present tense. As you know, here we can see third person singular carries s in simple present tense, plays, sings, rains. So in simple present tense we will see here with different person and number, singular and plural, I, we, you, he, she, it and they. We know this table, right? Now what thing we are going to learn through this table? Just we will move and learn about it. Remember this table. So we will see now. We use S form with he, she, it. That is with third person singular, as you all know this. To show the simple present tense, right? We know that. We have learned this rule. That he, she and it, that is third person singular, carries S in the simple present tense. Now we have learned about simple present tense. We will move to the next part of this, and why we are learning this you will come to know. Two boys played with a ball. Look at the verb from this sentence. An old lady walked with her cat. I cancelled my meetings for tomorrow. The past tense form has ed at the end. We are just revising here. We know all these things we have learnt earlier. That whenever we are using past tense forms, we are using ed at the end of the verb. Okay, play, played, walk, walked, cancel, cancelled. Now we have studied sentences from present and simple past. Now read these sentences. I am thinking of leaving this city. She is driving a car. He is playing cricket. Now you can see these are some sentences. Look at their verbs and see what we have added there. Okay, thinking, living, driving, playing. These sentences are from which tense? The ing form is known as the present participle. Right? We have revised for the simple present, simple past, and now the present participle. We are using in continuous form, playing, driving, the thing is going on. So it is known in present participle or continuous present. Okay. The form of a verb ending in ing in English, which is used in forming continuous tense. As you know, we have read these three sentences and we have known that the verb in each sentence is ending in ing. And in English, it is called a continuous tense because we know the thing, the action is going, still it is going on. So it is known as continuous. She is driving a car, he is playing cricket, the thing is going on, the action is in continuous state. So such verb forms are known as continuous forms or continuous tense. This is present continuous. It is used with forms of be to show continuous action. Now again we are moving to our main topic. It is used with forms of be to show continuous action. For example, I am learning English. Here, form of be is am. Am is are from present tense, as you know. So, I am learning English. At present, I am learning English. So, this form is known or it is shown to show the continuous action. The action is still going on. I am learning English. Now, we will take some more examples. The students have studied grammar. Now look at the verb and the auxiliary verbs also. My family has gone to our native place. I have eaten my salad. Have studied. Has gone. Have eaten. What were they? The past participle is a form of the verb but not a tense. Here we are learning different forms of verbs in today's session, right? So we have learned about simple present, we have learned about simple past, we have learned about continuous present, and now here how to use the past participle. Though we are using past participle, but it is a form of the verb, but it is not a tense. Please remember this. It cannot be used alone as a verb. And the past participle used with forms of have shows completed action. I have done my homework. So my doing homework is action completed by me. Okay, I have done. Do, did, done. So the past participle used with forms of have shows completed action and it cannot be used alone as a verb. I have homework. If you say sentence in this way, it does not have any meaning. Okay. So it cannot be used alone as a verb. But here it is a form of the verb and it shows the completed action. We will revise what we learnt in today's session. We began with the infinitive verb form. We have seen that the base form is used as an infinitive. Okay, to go, to play, to see, to read, to learn, to spell. So all these types of forms, verb forms are known as an infinitive verb form. Then we revise what we learnt in earlier standards, that we use the S form with he, she, it, that is third person singular subjects, to show the simple present tense. Then we moved on to the simple past and we have seen the past tense form has ed at the end, but many commonly used verbs have different past tense forms. For example, we have seen come, came, go, went, speak, spoke, sit, sat, read, read, right? Always we do not add ed to all the verbs. So they have some different past tense forms. Then we learnt about the continuous form. That is, ing form is known as the present participle. It is used with the forms of be to show the continuous action. We have seen the examples. Here one more. I am eating. Then the past participle used with forms of have shows completed action. We have seen some examples of that. I have eaten. So here it shows your action of eating is completed. So now what you will do after watching this video or learning after this, make a table of verb forms for your own reference. Okay, you keep it ready. Try to arrange the verbs in alphabetical order. Then keep adding new verbs to your table from time to time. You keep it ready, a table, a verb form table, okay? And then when you write, check your work to see whether you have used the correct verb form. You keep this in everyday practice. Add at least 4 to 5 verbs in that table every day. And then you check your own work, that whether I have done this with infinitive is correctly, or whether it is in present continuous singular, or it is present past tense or continuous tense. So whatever verbs you will be putting, you put place in the correct column and check your work to see whether you are using it in correct verb form. This is very important, my dear children, because while learning English, verb plays an important role, because whenever you will write anything, you have to use all the tenses in your writing. And not only 9th 10th standard, but after school also, whenever you go to the college, in your daily work, in whenever you will do any job, so everywhere you have to use the English and you have to be correct in your writing. So this thing is going to help a lot in your not only 9th standard but throughout your life. Okay, so here now we have to conclude this. You watch this video, you rewatch this. I just had a recap what we have learned in earlier session also, and today we have learned a new thing, that is infinitive verb. Okay, that's all for today. So you will revise whatever we have learned in today's session. Please subscribe the channel and press the notification button to get the link of next video. Bye bye.